On this, the memorial of St. Teresa of Jesus, also known as St. Teresa of Avila, we take time to reflect upon what we can find out about this saint. St. Teresa of Jesus was an individual who was described as having a heart inflamed with love. With her heart inflamed with love, she taught others to pray with their own words and to seek to hear God's voice. But in hearing God's voice, she guided people to hear not the voice outside, but to hear the interior voice of God. That interior voice of God resides within us. What is brought to my attention about St. Teresa of Jesus is that she was filled with love. That love was a love of Jesus Christ. What I also notice is the importance that people recognize that God exists within them. Our world fills us with so many things. Most of these things are not about seeking to hear God's voice, nor seeking to be filled with the presence of Jesus Christ. Rather, we are filled with desires that at best are temporary. While we experience love and we write about love, that love is not necessarily a love for God and the Word of Jesus Christ. Instead, its roots can be found in the world in which we live. But what does it take to look into oneself and become aware of the interior voice of God? First, there must be a recognition that we are created in the image and likeness of God. And if we look, we can see how God works within us and has blessed us throughout our lives. We must also allow time for prayer and reflection in our lives. Without this time of prayer and reflection, it becomes more difficult for us to hear that interior voice of God. How will God guide you once you hear that interior voice? There are multiple answers to that. What I believe is that with God's voice working within us, we change. We become other-directed, and we begin to have an impact in the lives of people in ways that we could not previously recognize. People whose hearts are inflamed with the love of God and of Jesus Christ are people who love and serve others in their lives. There are people whose love is evident and without bold proclamations or actions. The essence of who resides within them is clearly visible. They touch and change lives. There is a man who for the past several years has been responsible for cleaning the facilities at the parish where I serve. This man is quiet and unassuming. He often leads with an apology when he has to ask a question. He does not assume that he is someone who can raise a question or point out a problem. For the past few months, I have received a Monday morning text message from him. This text message is not about anything that has to do with cleaning of the church or any of the areas of the facilities. Rather, he sends me a prayer. The prayer sometimes appears to be long, especially via text message, and at other times brief. But most importantly, his prayers are personal. He asks Jesus Christ to shower his love down upon him and to guide him through the day. His prayer can also be a request asking God to keep him from sin. I don't know why he started sending me the text messages. This was something that he did on his own. He never asked. He never apologized. I look forward to this Monday morning text message as they are always sincere and always something that helps me in my life. It is as if he is writing a petition on my behalf. His prayer touches me. St. Teresa of Jesus invites us to search within ourselves and to find God. She indicates that prayer is an exercise of love, and love is the activity of the blessed in heaven. I pray that we find the interior God within us as a result of our search for him. And may we have a message for others that comes as a result of our prayer. God bless.